Babalik kay Nitura. Right on the money for Shai Nitura.
You see how she switched up her attack in that last sequence.
Sagaysay, Nitura, another off-the-block hit.
Shai Nitura, space Sagaysay sets her up once again with Lamina in the front row.
I asked her how it's different from being the one playing, and she said, pag coach ka, you can only do so much. Pag player ka, kaya gawa ng paraan kasi ikaw yung nakakagalaw. The result is in your own hands. With her experience,
Sagaysay will
good
set.
set.
Nitura, it's still good. Balik sa Adamson. Faye this time will go back to Shaina Nitura. Sagaysay, back to Nitura. Locked and loaded. Adamson winning set number 1. So take a look at this one more time. Shaina Nitura scoring point number 7. And the Adamson Lady Falcons.
We've had 13 deadlocks in set number 2. Here comes Poyos.
Goes for that back row attack of that loose ball. Shaina Nitura.
The young setter makes an immediate impact in NU system. Sa tingin ko, ang naging susi ko lang para maging effective sa court is maging masayahin lang sa loob. She shared, maging bukal lang kami kasi sa isa't isa lang din kami kumukuha ng kumpiyansa. That's the formula for Pono. The good news, she doesn't have to figure it out alone. Adamson is right there beside her, showing the way.
Eliza goes to Shaina. Back row by Shaina.
Battle of the opens right now. At this point, you just gotta swing.
You gotta swing. High risk, high reward.
Almost an ace. It goes through. Chance now for Adamson. Nitura from the back. And a point.
Take a second look on that. Umatras to go for that approach. Very explosive. And if it's Nitura attacking, you have to be stable.
Oh, back row.
Beautiful.
Set brought me by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan. Shaina Nitura flying from behind.
Sa mga ganung serve, mga sumasabit sa net.
Faye, they've been running this play, but it's been red. Nitura. Good coverage for Aposaga. One more time for Nitura. She will not take no for an answer.
Through her 2 blockers in those last few sequences in that rally, you see how NU's able to establish.
But that's not easy though. Usually I remember in training you would have to target in between the player.
What about that target?
Service reception cannot be steady for her team. Corner pocket right behind.
So a 3-point lead, 14 serving 11. Jazz, Itang, Nitura right there to cover. Sagaysay, Shaina with a cross-court kill.
Out of system, no problem for Shaina Nitura.
Good first pass by Mordi. Nitura flying in with her own version of a cross-court. 1-point lead for Adamson. We'll turn it over to Sophie Espiritu. Sophie?
In season 88, UST is up by 1. Here comes Gula. Faye finds Shai again. Not this time. Poyos has been silent. Babalik kay Nitura. Right on the money for Shai Nitura.
Got dug up in that zone 5 and now going for that zone 1. With a bigger gap from the side.
As errors continue to pile up. For today, Shaina's goal is simple. Gusto ko maglaro kami at our best. Kung anong aabutin, we will work from there and move forward. Back to you, Alexis and Neil.
Thank you very much, Frankie Buenvenida. Play goes forth here as, again, Shaina on cue gets that point for Adamson.
Number 2. Already with 3 points. Althea, good reception. And that's a bullet here for Shaina.
distributing to all her hitters, making FEU guess which one will be hitting.
We did feature
You know,
her.
who told me that the last time they went against Adamson, she felt like she let her emotions get the best of her. And so she promised herself that she wouldn't let that happen again moving forward. We can see she's keeping that promise so far, but the team knows that they need to double their efforts now. As Shavana Lapid said at the huddle,
I can see Angel looking at me. Go, Angel.
The libero connection, no?
Yes.
May sariling understanding din kayo, eh, no? Sagaysay loves that one too, but it doesn't drop. Aposaga with a save. Nitura finding the hole.
Shaina Nitura.
Ends 15.
Just like that. Look at that. Play smart.
To earn every point, they have to hustle for every point.
And they can't take these chances for granted. These broken plays, but Nitura gets the point.
Best setter na nga.
Best dancer pa.
What can she not do?
Parang gano'n na nga rin yung flow nila in the first set. They were nangangapa ng konti nung una, but when they found their rhythm, and I mean, looking...
Because they want to take advantage that Ninya Itang is in front.
Good pass by Mordi. Back row Nitura!
Wala kang makikitang butas for LaSalle. You have Amy Provido, Shavana Lapot, and Angel Canino. Usually this is the rotation kung saan sila umaabante against their opponents.
Toss for Nitura, going above the blockers and finding the corner.
Adamson, zone 6 and zone 5. If you want to get past the tall blockers of LaSalle.
The Golden Tigresses. Wahid serves. Faye finds Shai.
Good a little bit of stats.
15 all. Take a look at this. But really, we're after the reaction at the end.
Just keeps challenging the hands of her blockers there.
14 serving 12. Bono will choose Alinsug. Put it over for Francis Morty, cross court. Bono will put it up high for Vanch. What a save there by Nitura. Now from the pipe. Take a look at that.
Adamson, and they're just using their defense para makakuha ng chances to attack the defense.
Tin. Dupadalio's blocked once again. That's a bit too tight for Faida, but she had to adjust. Bedalio goes to Morty. And Aseo goes cross.
Is in the front row.
How about the insertion of Julia Balingit here in set number 3? Nitura, dead. An amazing save. But a chance ball for the Lady Falcons. Faye, Nitura one more time.
Double block, no problem for Shaina Nitura. You have to make sure that the double block is airtight. Look at that, anlaki.
Better ball this time. Faye goes to Shaina. That was the bullet.
Right in front of us.
It's all in the repetition. It's all in the kung paano mo mafamiliarize yung sarili mo on that movement.
Kaya nga walang shortcut agad-agad. Iniwan kita.
Donna is certain and persistent. Coming from the Bacolod Taitong powerhouse to a completely new environment here in Manila, she said that this new challenge is exactly what's motivating her to be aggressive as she debuts on the UAAP.
Adamson currently right now, UAAP fans at match point. Bascon serving. Arasan will choose Zamudio. Oh, what a save coming from Sapienza. Nitura firing it from within, getting that final point of the match.
Getting that end game in. You're right about that, Anne, because given all
So guys, back row, this has worked for Shaina Nitura, and it continues to do so.
Nitura has been carrying most of the offensive load for Adamson so far. Sagaysay needs to find...
Because it's been working well for Adamson.
That's a tough serve by Mordi. Cajero. Joust. Faye sets up Aseo. And now it's from the right pin. Olango. Good start for Adamson. We saw it in the last set as well. Coverage. Free ball. Nunag will choose Lapot from the opposite side. And now Adamson giving LaSalle a taste of their own medicine.
They can establish a lead. We've seen it in the previous sets na kaya nilang lumabang against.
That's a good serve. Gula waiting. Good defense. Here comes Nitura, trying to finish it. And of course she does.
Same target. We look at that replay. Great play comes from Nitura and the setup from Faye Sagaysay.
12 serving 10. Alexa Mata on deck. Faye will choose Shaina. Another point for the Adamson Lady Falcons. Paired with Cantadas 4 as well for NU.
I just love the fact that Shai Nitura hits with intention every time she's up in the air.
A former athletics athlete, Sir Tudao, has always carried a competitive spirit. And what fuels her most? Celebrating every point. Sabi niya sa akin, doon ko talaga nakukuha yung confidence at pinakalaro ko. Today,
UP, which both of them will have to battle, is still in contention. Back to the game here. Jonah, neutralized. Faye will set. Nitura will fly and put it down.
You mentioned that Shaina Nitura now, when she got that full approach,
but for LaSalle, they had the good run. Shavana Lapot on the service line, but Adamson did look confident earlier.
Could this be it? Nitura. Back row killer. As Adamson.
Shaina Nitura, the finisher here in set number 2.
City National High School.
Additional height.
Nitura on the drop. From the back.
Ginagawa dito ng Lady Warriors.
Good serve. Good pickups here by the libero, and Nitura doing what she does.
Coming from Adamson, and it all started with that pass from Aposaga.
A big part now of an athlete's life, diba? More and more teams are turning into their psychologists, sports psychologists, to help them out with their psyche in terms of entering a game. Meanwhile, Adamson.
It goes beyond the skill, right? You could have 10 blocks in a game, but it's that mental awareness.
That blocking is present. Tough, challenging in terms of attacks, just like that.
They make Mordi receive this time. Nitura from the back row. That is money.
Follow niya as she goes for that zone 1 hit, just avoiding the blocker.
Their errors, I think that's where they got complacent in set number 2. Nitura, in the meantime, has 17 points on 14 attacks. That's a set by Tadao. Fujimoto going to De Leon. Faye going to the open. Down the line hit will work. But so far in this game, they are looking good. Partner Aposaga's defense, Nitura's offense.
Everything translating well from the side of Adamson. Speaking of translating, Nitura with their blocking.
Very smart player as well, Reg Jurado.
And Reg last year was averaging around 16.6 points per game. This year she's averaging 8. And she's trying to pick up the pace.
9 serving 8. Faye will choose Shaina. Off the block there for
Moresco. Mordi to Faye and Nitura. And a better production 10 for Shaina here in set number 2.
USC now looking for one good pass. Ooh. Aposaga, secondary setter. Nitura for the finisher.
You need one more point, and you need the last point to go to Shaina Nitura.
Sway your way moment of the game brought to you by Sunsilk. Try the new Sunsilk with Amino Silk Complex for up to 200% smoother hair. Sway it with Sunsilk, the dynamic duo of Shaina Nitura.
Learn from someone, a vet. Louis Romero is a good choice.
that lineup where Louis Romero was still setting was the last Final Four appearance
Correct,
of Adamson.
They started to increase their lead at this point, or at this part of the set. And that's a free ball for Nitura.
The basic, go back to the basics, which is the service receive. And right now, they definitely...
And now Ethan goes up. That one's inside. Apasaga with the dig. Nitura from back row. And that is the element of surprise.
That's a sweet set. Right in front of the 10-foot line. Nitura able to go for that broad jump, targeting zone 1.
Bella Sapienza and Red Bascon for Adamson.
Gap, it was up to 12 points actually from set number 1. This is our 5th deadlock. Cepada with that tip. Adamson shooting in from the pipe, and that's the precision that Nitura is talking about. Same storyline because Adamson is just up by a single point.
So guys, side bumps it. Mordi. That one returned. Nitura will try from the back, and it works.
Inside on the side of NU. Take a look at that replay. Just avoid.
Aligned yan with the adjective of fearless.
Very much fearless. We're seeing that a lot from Hermosura in this match.
That is one great move from Nitura. Off-speed hit.
Every angle.
Kizzy. Back set. Nitura with the block.
Nitura, even in blocking, present.
This T-by defensive play of the set is brought to you by Elastoseal.
And for Adamson, a pretty young team.
But a lot of potential you see from them.
And that's what Frankie mentioned at the top of the coverage. They want to win some games. Here's Nitura. Shaina was waiting for it, and she's really doing everything she can.
Adamson from Nitura just reading Carvalho's 1-2 play. She has been having a lot of attempts so far in this game. And in that last...
You see more grit, you see more passion here inside the court. Sagaysay. All power coming from the pipe.
For them to get those power hits. Tinobaldo goes to Mordi. Back row attack by Shaina. And that is what was missing in set number 1.
Limiting errors, I feel like she is just frustrated sometimes, you know, when she gets dug up or gets a block touch off the hit.
Sagaysay. They need a big one. And Nitura says, bring it on.
She has picked up her game, and she's now the leading scorer of Adamson.
Sway your way moment of the game brought to you by Sunsilk. Try the new Sunsilk with a Amino Silk Complex for up to 200% smoother hair. Sway it.
6 excellent receptions, and we saw those in the first set, responsible for keeping the ball alive.
But that not one, that one.
Yeah, that time. That one was hard.
Nitura.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan.
Really holding her body there.
Proud of me, which is exactly what we are seeing here today. Back to you, Dip and Max.
Thank you, Frankie, for that report. Francis Mordi from Nigeria getting that save. And, you know, as Nitura scores that point, that's really one thing that an FSA being away from your family, from a far place. And
they may have lost games, but they never lost their voice and they never lost their fighting spirit. So that's it from the UP Fighting Maroons. Now back to you, Chiki and Jamie.
Thanks a lot for that. That's also a good point. You know, I really, there.
And you could see she's just that silent leader on the court.
Back set to Nisperos. Sarado. Blocking has been on point for Adamson. It's the first block for Nitura.
That's a good reverse.
Just like Divina Gracia's hair.
Swaying her hair after that point.
Arasan. Now to Bangayan. Still stopped. Again, AS will pop it over again. Second attempt. Still contained. Chance ball here for the Lady Warriors. Kai Sipada from the pipe. Now Nitura. Still unstoppable here on the side of Adamson. Now that's their 23rd marker.
So many options here for Adamson. Nitura, of course, one of the best options in front.
Can you see her veteran playmaking skills here working really well for NU?
I see it and I feel it.
Di lang ikaw partner, ako din.
Oh, what a move by Nitura. High set for Nitura and easily finding an open spot.
Supposedly bigger role this season here.
There's a new trio in town for NU. It's going to be Cantada, Panique, and Vanch Alinsug. Out of the three, actually, Vanch Alinsug was the most efficient in terms of attacking.
Faida goes to Morty. And Shaina off the block.
3-point lead with Jurado serving. Faye will toss it up for Nitura, and that is automatic.
At this point of the set, if they do want to get rid of this 2-point lead of UST,
and believe that she can truly help this team. Before that game, Lila Del Castillo messaged Vida to give her some advice, telling her to simply do her best. And afterwards, she congratulated her on a great performance, saying how proud she was of her. Now as Vida continues to embrace pressure as a privilege, she carries out performance not just as momentum, but as proof that she can...
I love to see it.
That's a good sign for Coach Jumbo. His players setting up their middles. Nitura flies. Saved Cepada, underhand to Zamudio. Dug by Aposaga. Nitura again. And this time it works.
Good out-of-system play for the Lady Falcons. Targeting the hands of the blockers. You gotta expect that from Shaina Nitura. Pag malalayo na talaga yung bola sa net.
Kissy setting up Gajero. Ooh, nakabantay. Iglesia doing well there. Play of the set. That one brought to you by Elastosil. Selyado ang bubong anumang panahon.
That coach has implemented here, and you could see the bench. There's a lot of players to fill in.
You're right. That's definitely the story of the Blue Eagles in season 87, but they're over and done with. And that part records this season 88.
The shining star of the soaring Falcon, Shaina Nitura.
Let's see if there could be a change here in the tides of the game for set number 2. Pia reverse set to Bangayan. There you have it. Solid block point coming from Shai Nitura. The by defensive play of the set is brought to you by Elastosil. Selyado ang bubong anumang panahon.
Welcome to set number 1. The crowd is roaring here in this Easter Sunday special. Jaime Escalon with Juju Coronel. High set, Morty going above. Lamina will set to the back row.
Good read.
Sagaysay going quick. That is returned. One more time. Morty will attack. Long exchange to begin the match. Sam Cantada papalo. Buhay pa rin ang bola. Faye will chase. Morty will push. This is just the first attempt. Point. Morty one more time. The ball is still alive. Cantada will go across. That is put up. Sagaysay will go pipe and Nitura will score.
Faye Sagaysay setting up Nitura in the back row. This really allows Melody ball.
22-23. Aposaga receiving. Shaina from behind. Puts it away! Match point for Adamson University with a spike of the set brought to you by Duncan Pasalubong ng Bayan.
Francis Morty.
4-0 run by Adamson. Another one. Pakanke again! Rejected! No entry! Number 14 for the #1 scorer of the league. Look at her.
Door shut there for Shaina Nitura. We love that. The swag.
Perfect.
Not the best first ball. They will ad-lib with Laput. Sagaysay will choose the back row for Shaina Nitura.
That's why it's so important to commit to your blocking pattern. Adamson knew that they were going to that D-ball. They were able to get a good rebound.
One hand. Oh, good reaction by Adamson. Keep it up. Out of system. Chance for Adamson here. Shaina in front.
Oh, wow.
Cross court. Oh, so your guess is as good as mine.
And that's a money shot right there. The block is tall coming from Laresco. Sharp cross for Shaina Nitura.
Natamaan yung kamay ni Shai in that last sequence.
Nitura. And I think that hand is okay.
Yeah, definitely okay. She's looking okay here as we head into the first.
And this is where kailangan lumabas yung tapang nini niya. Sa mga times na alam mo bantay ka, what will you do about it?
In the meantime, speaking of Itang, coverage for UP. Sagaysay will go to the pipe and Nitura pounds.
Has been flying everywhere. See, even Nina Itang is confused.
Sagaysay will toss it to the right pin. That is slowed down by the blockers. Tight to the net. Canino adjusts. Canino given one more chance. Back with Lasal. Back set. Laput. Blocked by Shaina Nitura.
One-on-one. This reverse set from Lunag. She was successful in giving Shavana Laput a single blocker.
In the absence of Coach Kung Fu, Mordi to serve. Cassie goes to Perdido. Nothing yet. Back set to Nitura.
Really, really well for them. And that Nitura just choosing the smaller blocker in Jurado, going for that down the line hit. Cassie not able to